Hello, I'm Jamie from Active Training World and welcome to Wendover Woods today for our race video briefing. I'm extra lucky today as I am joined by a special celebrity guest who will be overseeing the duathlon in a couple of weekends' time. So, may I introduce to you the absolute beast that is the Gruffalo. So, how are you doing today, Mr. Gruffalo? Are you excited for the duathlon? Sorry, I think he's a little bit camera shy. So I guess I'll be doing the race brief on my own. Yeah, okay. So let's get started with the Wendover Duathlon race brief. So, Wendover Duathlon will be taking place on the 12th of December. There are two different distances. We have the sprint, Wendover Duathlon, and the standard distance. When you arrive at Wendover, you will drive up the long, beautiful, windy driveway into Wendover Woods before being guided into the main car park by one of our parking marshals in a nice high-vis jacket. So, parking at Wendover Woods costs £2.70 for 2 hours, £5 for up to 4 hours, and £10 for over 4 hours. You'll be able to pay for this when you are departing at a well-signposted kiosk that's just over next to the cafe. Once parked, you will take the short walk past the cafe down to our registration desk. Registration opens at 7 a.m. and will remain open until about 8:15 just before the race starts. At registration, you'll be given your two race numbers. One of these is for the front and the other is for the back. So, if you have a race belt, you only need the one race number, but remember, you will need to turn this around during the event so that the number is on the front during the run, and then you will turn this around onto the back for the bike ride, and then turn it back round for the final run. You will also be given your timing chip with an ankle strap. This must be strapped to your left ankle with the chip on the outside to get the best reads possible. If you need assistance with putting on your chip, just ask. Finally, you'll get two numbered stickers. One of these is for your helmet and the other is for the bike. This will allow you to enter and exit transition, making sure that you enter and leave with the same equipment, so the numbers will match your race number. Transition will be in a small car park that is just next to the cafe and will open and close at the same time as registration. It will probably close a little bit closer to race time at around 8:25. Again, to enter the transition, make sure your helmet is securely fastened with no more than a 2-finger gap between the strap and your chin. Again, you will need to show your stickers on the helmet and the bike to enter into transition. This will, once you've done this and shown the transition marshals, they will help guide you to where you need to rack your bike. So, please note that only the equipment required for the event is to be placed in transition. So any large bags or boxes will need to be left in our excess baggage area, which is a cornered off area right next to transition. So please leave all your valuables in the car, as Active Training World will accept no responsibility for any lost property. So keep those bags, keep your valuables safe in the car, and then any big bags we can keep in a nice secure area just next to transition. Once you have finished setting up your transition area, you can find loads of open space here to get yourself nice and warm and ready to race. Making sure you are listening out for the commentator who will tell you about 10 minutes before the start of the race when you need to come and get yourself ready on the start line, which is going to be down here next to our friend Mr. Gruffalo, in between two flags. So you'll set yourself up for transition, head out and do a nice warm-up, listen for the commentator, and then come to the start line at approximately 8:20, ready to race. Both races will start at 8:30. So now, the moment we've all been waiting for, let's talk about this challenging course. So, for the sprint duathlon, you'll complete one lap of the 4.8 kilometer trail run, starting on the main pathway next to our celebrity guest, Mr. Gruffalo. Still nothing. He's very quiet today. I'm sorry about that. You will run up past the cafe, passing the car park and all the Go Ape apparatus, and into the hilly Wendover woods. The surface is a mix of tarmac and compact stone and dirt, so even though good off-road shoes would be recommended, trainers with good grip will be okay for this race. At the end of the first lap, the sprint will head up past Mr. Gruffalo and to the right into the small car park where transition is. The standard will then complete a second lap before entering transition after 2 laps. So 1 lap sprint, 2 laps standard. The bike course, you start heading out through a quiet forest road through Wendover Woods before hitting a left-hand turn at a T-junction onto a public highway. So then, for about 3 kilometers, you will have a nice downhill ride before a steep descent before your next junction. Again, another left-hand turn. This is about 4.5 kilometers into the ride. And as I said, this comes at a steep downhill and then a left turn. So please be very careful at this junction, making sure you are slowing down and checking properly to ensure that it is clear before proceeding. There will be a marshal at this point and at other points on the course, but they will not be responsible for stopping the traffic. So make sure you are keeping safe at this point and other points on the course. Next up is another downhill, couple of kilometers into Wendover. On this part of the course, there are a couple of pedestrian crossings. So it should be quiet on a Sunday morning, but if it is a red light, please stop at these and then continue once it is green. Due to disruption by HS2, we have amended the bike course as follows. When entering Wendover, you will take a left turn at about 8 kilometers. Shortly after that, you will take another left turn, which will start a tough climb towards St. Leonard's. To complete the lap, you will go past where you exited Wendover Woods and into the entrance of the site. Be careful because this is another fast descent, so take it slow and take care. The sprint races will do 1 lap, and the standard races will do 3 laps. The entrance into Wendover Woods is an alpine-like climb, almost 2 kilometers up to the visitor centre. After completing the bike, listen to marshal instructions to dismount before heading into transition. Make sure you follow the highway codes, and remember this is a non-drafting event. So we've completed the bike course. Our last part is to go around our run one more time. So both sprint and standard will complete one more lap of the main loop that you would have completed earlier in the day. So once you have done your one more loop, there is one more thing to do. You will go past our start line, and this time, instead of heading up the hill into transition, you will bear left onto this little grassy area where you see I am, passing past Mr. Gruffalo again, and onto the field where you will see our finish line and the gazebos with your water, some goodies, and the beautiful Wendover Woods medal. When you finish, make sure to soak in the beautiful scenery of Wendover Woods and relax, enjoy the cafe, and congratulate yourselves and the other athletes for completing a very challenging course. So I think that is about everything for me today. So we are going to say a goodbye to the beautiful Wendover Woods, and one final goodbye to my friend Mr. Gruffalo, who has had a bit of a quiet day, but hopefully in a couple of weeks' time he will be very excited and he will cheer you on every single time you pass him on the course. So I look forward to seeing all of you out there on the 12th of December. and good luck with the race. Goodbye.